around you. What's going on around you? What is happening? What do you need to be aware of? Who or what is in your energy field at this very moment? I've laid out 4 different runes to choose from, and I'll tell you a little bit about those runes when we get to your reading. It just kind of gave me like a bigger overall sense of the energy that's around you at the current moment. Yeah, I put a song with each reading too, so if you want to check that out, I just think those are fun. I just like to do that. Let me think. What else do I need to say here? Yeah, this is the current energy around you, like at this very moment. So if it doesn't make any sense at all, I would say probably pick a different pile because it should kind of resonate. And then if it does sort of resonate and it makes sense to you, but it's like not something you wanted to hear, that's totally okay. You don't have to claim that. You can change that. This is just a current little energy check-in so that you can be aware of what's going on. And if it's something that you don't like and something that you don't want around you, then you can change what you're attracting, and you can change your mindset and where you're headed. So we have group 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. So if you need to take some more time to look at these and figure out which one you're most drawn to, go right ahead. You can pause the video if you want to do that. Otherwise, I'll put your timestamp for your reading in the description box next to the link for your song, and I'll see you at your reading. All right, group 1. If this is your rune here, this is your reading about the energy that's around you right now. So overall, this is actually a pretty good energy that you're in and that is around you. I'm taking this as a lot of just your energy that's showing up here. Not so much like other people that are around you or affecting you. This is like very much about you. And I really like it. It's showing that you are in a very independent energy right now. Like lots of autonomy here, lots of solar plexus going on here. So I think your solar plexus chakra is very activated right now, again, which would kind of lend to that independence, confidence, excitement, creativity. Like you've got a lot of great things around you here. There are some things like to be aware of. I think that if you've had some ideas, some dreams, something that you've been working on, and you're kind of waiting for that to come to fruition, you're like so close to seeing those results, to reaping those benefits. And it's kind of like crunch time right now. It's like a very critical time for you to not give up, basically, to stay the course, to keep that dedication, that determination, because it's going to take a little bit more work. And I think the work at this point is really just protecting what you've already started. Whatever you've already started to build or create, it's really just about protecting that, keeping your energy really cleansed, really pure, keeping your vibration, as high as possible, and just really continuing to cultivate, again, whatever you've already created, whatever this idea, whatever this adventure, whatever this is that you've got on your mind here. I think it's something unconventional, and it looks like you've broken a huge cycle here. Some type of karmic cycle that has followed you throughout your life since childhood. People, your parents, your whatever caregivers, mentors in your life have tried to guide you down a very specific path. Like, this is what you need to do. This is the best decision for you. It's the most stable. It's the most successful. It will make us the most proud, whatever it may be. And you've maybe kind of struggled with that. Like, well, that's not going to make me happy, but I guess I need to do that anyway. And you may have spent some time going down that path before standing up for yourself and really saying, I don't think that is the path for me. And I see here now that you've broken out of that, which is awesome. And you're kind of like, well, even if, you're not proud of me for this, or you're not approving or accepting of this, I am. And it makes me happy. And this is what I want to do with my life. And this is what I'm going to do. And I'm excited about it. So it's like, it's a really great energy to be in, honestly. And it's very destined for you, whatever this is, breaking out of that old kind of story, whatever was handed down to you, whatever was told to you, like, well, this is what you need to do with your life. This is who you need to be. breaking out of that old identity and stepping into whatever this new identity is, whatever that means for you. It's very destined. It's meant to be. You are now on the right path. You are now in a new karmic cycle of a positive karmic era right now. So again, it's just like really great energy. You're manifesting here awesome results, a lot of success. You are bound to be successful in whatever it is that you're doing here. Again, it's just a little bit more time spent protecting and cultivating that. And part of that may be in protecting this, you may have to set up some pretty firm boundaries with people that you care a lot about, friends and family. Maybe you can't tell them what you're working on because their words, their opinions about it may not be very positive, and them putting that out there and speaking that not only into existence, but putting that on you, you may accidentally take that in. You know what I mean? You may take that on and internalize some of that, those negative opinions, those concerns that they may have may become concerns of yours. So it may be important to, again, just keep this very protected right now, and only tell people who you trust to be just as excited and supportive about it as you are. Or if that's no one, then that's no one. Just journaling about it. Just whatever your spiritual beliefs are, praying about it or working on manifesting, meditating, whatever. But maybe you can't speak about it to anyone right now, and that's okay too. So whatever that means, whatever it means to protect this for you, I see that we've got friends, empath, and family here, and the way that they came out, I just feel like, again, that you may take on a lot of their worries and concerns, and they probably are genuine. So if anybody has something that is a little negative to say about this new path of yours, this new identity, whatever it may be, they probably really are just worried about you and want the best for you. But that's not what you need right now, because you're trying really hard to hear your own inner voice, your own intuition. That's what you need to follow right now. And if these other people are speaking too loudly, it may drown that out. And again, this is a very critical time for whatever you're building here, because you've just broken a huge cycle and you're so close to seeing those results physically. We do have 6 months here, and it fell out on its side twice. Like, I tried to stand it up and it fell over again on its side. And I think that's because this rune talks about a harvest period. It talks about a year, about 1 year of time, but then with 6 months falling out on its side, I think that depending on how you go about this and how much you protect and cultivate whatever you've got going on here, you could kind of change that timeline. It may not be a whole year, and it may not even be a whole 6 months. It could be less than 6 months or a little more than 6 months. You know what I mean? So it's just going to depend a lot on your next moves right now, on how you choose to go about this. But wow, I just really like the energy around you. Again, there's so much just positivity and just power, just like independent power. Yeah, heavy fertility here, which is, not always babies. It's, again, just like creativity, creating things, birthing things into existence. So it does make me think that you're looking at some type of like business venture or some type of career path, some type of, I don't know, but something that makes you very happy, something that brings out your creativity, and just your passion. It's something that makes you really happy. And it could just be literally just your identity, just saying, I'm going to like not be this old person anymore and I'm blossoming into who I really am. But I feel like it's both. I feel like there's an actual project or career endeavor or something like that that's going on here too. Yeah, and you've done a lot of work to break out of the stuff from childhood, because we've got childhood and fake news here together too. And again, I think that's because what you were told as a child, like, well, you need to have this job and go to this college and do this, or you need to be this type of person, you need to marry this type of person, or whatever it may be. You've broken out of that. So congratulations to you. That's awesome. I love that for you. Right now, again, it's just all about protecting yourself, your energy, and your ideas, because you've got beautiful energy around you. So stay in this awesome like solar plexus magic here, because I love it. I love it for you. everything that you want to happen, it's happening, it's coming. So don't worry, you are making the right decision, listening to yourself. Whatever you've been following right now, that's your gut. So keep doing that. You are listening to the right voice. Just protect that voice now, and you'll be seeing everything that you're hoping to see. So yeah, and then I do want to point out also, this may not make sense for everyone, but I do have to say it because I am kind of seeing it here. So with the Empress being here, you could have like a love interest. There could be someone that's already in your life, that is almost just like a little bit out of reach. They feel just a little bit unattainable because you're working on something in order to like almost like level up. So how do I put this? So it's like in order to be in alignment with this person, there's just a little bit more that you have to do to get there. And it's really more so protecting what you've already started, continuing what you're already doing, and just not giving up on it. So I don't know if that's someone that you already know, that you're already aware of, that you're just a little bit out of alignment. It's just getting to that same level basically as them. Or this could be someone who you're just imagining them. Maybe you've been trying to manifest love. And if that's the case, I definitely see that coming here, with whatever else you're manifesting, because it looks like a lot. But I do see that, that is also on the horizon. If that's something that you are looking for or listening for, that is here. So I do have to say that. A very beautiful, unconditional, passionate love with just like endless potential for growth. It could also be love for yourself, just unconditional love for your own self. Again, breaking out of whatever has been put on you, breaking out of these old stories. That does take a lot of unconditional love, and standing up for yourself and saying, no, I love me the way that I am. I love everything about me. I don't have to prove my worth through a certain type of job or a certain, way that I present myself in my appearance or whatever, XYZ. It doesn't matter. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to prove my worth. I deserve love the way that I am. But I did want to point that out, that if some of you are dealing with someone that you maybe have feelings for right now, or you are trying to get somewhere to a commitment with someone or something like that, that is also coming. It's attached to whatever you're working on over here, to whatever other cycle that you have broken, and to all of this growth that you're going through right now. They are attached to that. So it's like they are part of this harvest season. They are part of all of those benefits and rewards that you will be reaping and receiving once this other little like hurdle has been dealt with here in this stage of growth, in this like growth journey. That's what it seems like. And it may be too, with the Six of Wands being over here in reverse, you may be too nervous to even approach this person yet. So it may be someone that, again, it's like maybe you feel like you're not in alignment with them yet. Maybe it's not something that they've said or that has been made known to you. It's just like you feel in your gut that you don't have enough to offer them yet, or something, that you just really have to finish this like leveling up here before you can approach them with some type of offer. So it could be that also. Take whatever resonates. Again, if there's not anyone in your current state right now, then I would say that it's something that's on its way. You've got love attached to this as well. You've got literally everything, all the success, a lot of good things happening here. So take whatever resonates on that one. But yeah, I hope this was helpful to you. I'm really excited for you. This is awesome to be in this energy. Wishing you the best, and thank you so much for being here. I hope I'll see you in another video. All right, group 2. If this is the rune you chose, this is your reading. And wow, I am not going to lie, this is some heavy stuff that you've been going through. So with this being the current energy around you, if you've just been, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and just having the time of your life and super just excited and thriving and living your best life every day lately, this is probably not your reading. This is like some heavy stuff that that's been going on here. This is I want to figure out how I want to start this out. So it looks like you are kind of repeating childhood patterns and kind of like living out living out your childhood again with a current partner, or just even if it's by yourself, you're stuck in these kind of like these patterns from childhood that were passed down to you. Um, and that is a very normal trauma response. So there's nothing, it's not like you're the only one that does that. That is the repetition. That's a normal trauma response to repeat what we experienced in childhood and try to get a different outcome, because then we feel like we fixed it and we've gotten a happy ending by doing that. Obviously, that's really not how it works. It never happens. So it's crazy that our brains try to get us to do that. But that's what happens. That's what our brains like to do. So I see that in your family life as a child, it probably felt very cold. Like you may have had some fun together in moments, but overall there was like this emotional wall, this just emotional block where you couldn't really get very close or very deep with your other family members, particularly your parents. Um, just a lot of isolation here. We do have addiction that popped up here. I think that maybe one or more of your family members struggled with an addiction of some sort. Um, it doesn't have to be a substance addiction either. It could have had something to do with food, with work. Um, it could be a lot of things. I think that there probably wasn't a strong like spiritual connection in your home growing up, because we have starving next to praying in reverse here. I feel like um, if you did have some sort of religious upbringing or spiritual beliefs that were had in your home, it wasn't like, again, there was like an emotional block with that as well. So everything was very surface level. Like if you had some fun times together or conversations, or you did practice some type of religion or whatever, it was all very surface level. I'm seeing that like the connections here weren't extremely deep, and I think that's because there were a lot of self worth issues here. Like probably both of your parents had very low self worth. Again, if one or more struggled with addiction, that would make a lot of sense. Um, the way that it's showing up here is you now as an adult may have taken on negative patterns from both of your parents in different ways. With the King of Pentacles over here and the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, I'm taking that as the father figure here. Um, and it looks like that would be like some health issues. Again, maybe like food addiction, maybe substance abuse. It could be like not handling money well, not dealing with money well, just an overall lack of stability in one way or another. Just some way of not being stable, especially with this being the father figure here, which would typically we would look at like the head of household. They weren't able to do that for some reason. They weren't able to show up as that head of household, as that strong father figure, that provider, that protector. They weren't able to do that for some reason, because there was some sort of instability, whether it was emotional or physical, or mental. It doesn't matter. It's one way or another, all of the above. They weren't the stable parent that you needed, um, that you deserved. Mind you, I want to throw that out there too. Like you deserve to have a very whole and loving and welcoming and warm family. And it doesn't look like you got that. And so I want to say, like, I'm so sorry for you for that. And you definitely deserved more. And what you're doing now, if you kind of are playing this out, it's just a subconscious thing, again, that we do. It's not like you would want to do that on purpose. Um, but now you may be with someone who is like this. Not just like them, but you may be with someone who your partner, again, is unstable in one way or another. It could be different things lending that, like, causing that instability. It doesn't really matter what the source is, or the addiction or whatever. It's in one way or another, they are not stable. They are not the stable provider, protector, that you wanted in childhood and that you have now, that you want as a partner. You know what I mean? It's like you're repeating that in that way. I also see that the communication in your home as a child probably wasn't great. There may have been some explosive arguments, and so it kind of got to where it's like, well, I don't even want to say anything or open that up because it's going to end up as a fight. So instead, I will stay isolated and stay by myself. No one understands me. No one cares about me like that. No one really sees me. You may have felt invisible as a child. And again, in your current situation, if you're in a relationship with someone, I think it's like that as well. Again, like probably a lot of explosive arguments. You may feel invisible, unseen, unheard. You may feel like it's not worth bringing it up because they don't care, or it's going to turn into a fight, and I don't want that. I don't want the conflict, so I'm going to stay alone. So it's like you're living with someone and you feel as if you're by yourself. You know, you're in a relationship or in a family, but you don't feel like you are because you feel like you're by yourself. And in the middle here, we've got the Hanged Man and the Six of Cups. I think you've been very nostalgic maybe lately. Maybe you've been thinking a lot about your childhood. Maybe you've been making these correlations already. So what I'm saying, you're probably like, yeah, I already know that. You're right. Like I am repeating that. I am repeating my childhood. You may have already been acknowledging that and picking up on that. I do think you're either thinking a lot about your childhood, or this is just reiterating the fact that you're playing out your childhood again. You may have children right now. It could be with this person even. If you are in a relationship right now, if that part resonated, you may have a child with them. You may just have a child in general that is being affected by you and by the relationships that you have now and the home that you create for them now. So you may just be thinking a lot about that. How can I fix these things? How can I make our home more stable, more warm, more loving? And then over here, let's get to the other parent, because we have the Queen of Pentacles that showed up too. So definitely with the King and Queen of Pentacles being here, I don't think that's a coincidence. I do think these are your parents, and I do think that this is you and your current relationship, your current partner. I don't know, that's just kind of how I'm seeing that. But with the mother figure over here, we definitely have low self-worth showing up. And I think that because this other parental figure here, because she, or it doesn't have to be she, but I'm calling it the mother because we have queen, but because this parent here had such low self-worth, you also ended up having low self-worth. You cannot parent a child and not have self-worth and somehow still raise that child to have self-worth. You know what I mean? That's kind of like, do as I say, not as I do. Well, that's just not how it works. As a child, we're picking up on everything that our parent does, and it's not just what they say, it's everything. It's their behavior, their even just the smallest mannerisms, and just how they treat themselves and how they take care of themselves, how they interact with other people, not even just us. Like, again, I think you watched a lot of your parents' interaction with one another, and you learned a lot from that, and what you learned wasn't great, because it looks like there wasn't good communication here. There was a lot of instability, a lot of emotional blockages, a lot of isolation in this home. And again, you kind of like inherited this low self-worth, this I am nothing, I mean nothing, I don't matter, everyone else matters more than me, and I should put everyone else's needs above my own, I'll never be enough. And that's horrible. It's like, it's honestly so sad. It's like really heavy stuff here. And I think, again, you're playing that out right now. So whoever you're with, your partner, you may be very codependent on them. You may put their needs above your own. You may, if they do struggle with an addiction, you may enable them in some way because you just want to please them and appease them. I don't think you bring up concerns because you feel like you're not worth enough to bring up your concerns. You know, like, why would it matter how I feel? You just bottle a lot of things up. But I see over here at the back of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse and the Page of Cups in reverse. All of this is happening because of a lack of acceptance over what happened in your childhood. So if you can come to this place of realizing that this is just a trauma response, this is just trauma repetition, and it is coming from a place of just lack of acceptance and forgiveness, then in order to break this and break out of this cycle, all you have to do, right? It's not like it's easy, but there is some forgiveness that needs to take place here and some acceptance and taking that guilt off of yourself, any blame that you've placed on yourself or any thinking, if you have any thoughts that are like, well, this is just something that's wrong with me and I'm just broken and again, I don't matter and it's just me. Like I am just a faulty human being. Like there's something wrong with me. All of that is nonsense. That is not true. It is absolutely not your fault that you were raised in this type of home and that you learned what you were taught. That's what we do. We learn what we're taught. We come into this world not knowing what's going on, who we are, what we are, and we start learning from the moment that we're birthed. Well, really, from the time we're in the womb, right? We can hear when we're in the womb. We can hear and feel we're connected to our mother. So you've been learning and picking up on everything around you from the time you were placed in your mother's belly. You had no control over what you were taught. Now, though, you do have control over this. We've got no over here too, next to addiction and childhood. It's kind of sandwiched in between. You do have the power now to say no to things, to make changes, to say like, I am worth more. I am going to learn how to love myself. And then I can teach my children, if you have children or want children, to love themselves. And I'm going to break this. I'm going to reverse this cycle and I'm going to start a new one. And that's what a lot of our younger generations, that's what this generational trauma, that's what this is, that we're breaking these generational patterns. And that's absolutely what this is about. I'm sorry this is getting so long, but that's what this is about. And again, it's very, very heavy. I don't know if you've already been thinking about this and realizing all these correlations in your current state and your childhood, or if this is just happening subconsciously and that's why it's coming out in this reading. I don't know. Either way, though, you do have the power here. The power is in your hands. You aren't a child anymore, so you don't have to be held captive in a home that is isolated, that is cold, where there are explosive arguments or just harsh judgment or just a total lack of self-worth and respect. You don't have to do that anymore. You get to create the kind of home that you want. You get to be the kind of person that you want to be. And you deserve everything. You deserve it all. You deserve all of the love, all of the respect. You do. And you first and foremost deserve it from yourself. And that's going to be the most important place that you receive it from is yourself. So this is a beautiful message in its own way because of that. But it's like you did go through a lot as a child. And again, I just want to state very clearly that you didn't deserve it and it wasn't your fault. And you are so powerful and you can reverse this now. You can. It's being aware. And so this is a lot about becoming aware of it, being aware that happened to you as a child, but that now, again, you get to write a brand new story. So maybe just start reevaluating your current home, your current relationships, and try to find those correlations. Like, am I acting out the part of one of my parents? Is my partner acting out one of my parents as a child? Are they kind of playing out that part again? Am I reliving that? Because that's not what I want to relive. I want a new story, a better story. So if I'm reliving that childhood trauma, then let me step back. Let me get away from this and let me figure out why that is, how that happened, and how I can move forward and not do that. So yeah, this is a big, big, big karmic cycle that you're breaking out of here. And with this showing up over here, I feel like you are on the verge of breaking out of this, because again, it starts with the awareness. It starts with finding those correlations, connecting the dots, and realizing that you have control over your brain more so than your brain has control over you. Now, if we don't have that awareness and we don't have that realization, then yeah, our brain has all the control and we're like just a little robot, just playing things out subconsciously, just reliving these patterns. But once you become aware of it, you are no longer the robot. You are the human in control of the brain. And it does take work, but you can create new pathways, new neural pathways, and start changing these behaviors. And before you know it, you've changed your life. You have a whole new life, a whole new family, a whole new home. You're a whole new person. So don't forget that. You do have the power. It's in your hands. This is just going to take some acceptance and forgiveness. And again, just some behavioral changes here. but you absolutely can do it. And yeah, I'm hoping the best for you. I hope that you got something good out of this message here, and if nothing else, some encouragement, because again, you absolutely can do this, so don't forget that. If you need to talk to someone else about it, if you need therapy to help you get through this, if you need I don't know, to read some books maybe that can help you make sense of this. There's just so much good material out there, even if you don't want to go to or can't go to literally a therapist specifically. Just finding those learning materials out there and start doing the work on your own. If whatever works best for you, whatever you feel like you want to do. But yeah, the power's in your hands, the ball's in your court here, and I think you're about to change your life in a really huge way. So I'm really happy for you. You definitely deserve your happy ending, and you won't get your happy ending by repeating that childhood trauma. And you know that. your brain, though, the trauma part of your brain doesn't know that. So, but you're going to do it. You're going to create the happy ending that you actually want. I definitely think you are. So, okay, sorry this was so long. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I'll see you again in another video. And yeah, best of luck to you, okay? Thank you so much. Group 3. Okay, so this is your rune that you chose. This is your reading. And we've always got to have one of these, don't we? Okay, yeah, well, this here, you got someone around you that does not want to let go of you, okay? You probably know who it is. I know you know who it is, because even though you left this person behind, you got your eye over your shoulder. Maybe not all the time, but every now and then you're kind of like, did they miss me? Do they miss me, or are they thinking about me? What are they up to? Not like you want them back, but you kind of maybe want to know that they know what they missed out on, that they know what they lost, and oh honey, do they? Do they? Wow. Yeah, they're pretty pissed off. They do know what they lost. They do know how special you are when you actually got the song special. They didn't, though. They didn't in the past, or maybe they did know, but they didn't treat you as if you were special. They didn't treat you like they knew your value or your worth. You were not very respected, I don't think, in this connection with this person. You either had a family with this person, or like you thought that you were going to have a family with them, or family was involved, and family was kind of like an obstacle for this connection in one way or another, because we do have family here, and it's next to betrayal. So again, that could be that you like had kids with this person, or you planned on it. You thought you were going to have that with them, or maybe their family, your family, or both, were really involved in this connection and got in between you two in one way or another. But it might have been for a good reason too, because again, I don't feel like this person treated you the best. And I don't know what happened. I don't know what built your confidence up or what happened, but it's as though in this connection with this person, you always put them first. You never really cared about your own needs. You did anything to make them happy. I mean, you were just the perfect little partner in any way that you could be. I'm not saying you were perfect, right? Nobody's perfect, but you really gave this connection your all. You gave this person your heart, your time, your effort, your commitment. Like, I feel like you really were committed to them, and I don't feel like they were as committed to you. And I don't know what happened, but something shifted, something changed, and then you were kind of like, you just changed. You were different. You built your self-esteem up in some way, and you were like, wow, I'm like really seeing myself. It's like you were seeing yourself more clearly for the first time or something. And you realized that what this person was offering you really wasn't shit. You realized that what you were getting from this person was not what you deserved. And you were just over it. I don't know, maybe they did betray you in some way. We do have a lot of, we have third party energy here. So there could have been someone else involved, or they could have betrayed you in a lot of ways. Again, they could have just not been committed to you in the same way that you were to them. But whatever happened, you decided, I'm done with this. I'm done trying here. I'm done giving this my all and getting nothing in return. And I'm riding off on my horse into the sunset by myself, and I'm going to see what else is out there. And this person saw you doing that. They see you doing that. They see you looking at your other options. They see other people noticing you, recognizing your worth, seeing that you are special, and they don't like it. They don't like it, and they really want to come forward and sweep you off your feet in some way. They do. They have all the romantic feelings are still there, whatever. Again, I don't know, like, I just don't know how genuine this person is or how deep their feelings go. Not for you, like, just for anybody. Like, I don't know. I don't have a lot to go off of here with this person. It's just not the best of vibes. But either way, we've got a lot here telling me that they can't get to you. So you probably have them like blocked online. You may have blocked their number. You straight up told them, don't contact me, leave me alone. Um, they see you as very cold when it comes to them. Like you're cold towards them. You've shut them out. They just can't get to you. And man, are they so mad about it? They're so mad about it. And they're watching you. We have stalking here. Um, they're mad. So I think they're looking at you any way that they can online. I think that they're watching other people's pages, like your family, friends, whoever they can get a hold of there online. They're looking for you. They're trying to figure out what you're up to. They want to know. I think that they're seeing you as talking to someone else. I don't know if you are or not. Maybe they're just worried about you talking to someone else. But if you are, if you've been with someone else, I think they know about it and they're really mad about it. They want to screw that up. They want to come in and mess that up as quickly as they can. They definitely don't want you with anyone else. With the world in reverse over here too, like yeah, it's definitely not over for them. That's why they're showing up here in your energy. I'm asking the energy around you, and I've got this other person here so heavy around your energy. So if you are wanting to cut this off, I would say definitely do some heavy cleansing. Definitely heavy cleansing. And I do think that maybe you're not like obsessing over this person, but they still cross your mind every now and then. Um, I don't know if you're going to check up on them, like actually like going to check on their page online or do anything like that, or if it's just a thought that crosses your mind every now and then. But I'd be very, very, very conscious about that because again, they're already thinking about you a lot. Um, and this rune here, this is all about like it's not upright or in reverse the way it fell out. Okay, with it being upright, it talks about a huge transition, having to let go of something, closing the door on something. And when it's in reverse, it's like obstacles to that, maybe resistance. And so with it being in the middle like that, I think it's exactly what it sounds like, exactly what you would think, right? You're somewhere in between. You're somewhere in between closing the door for good and letting it go and having a little bit of resistance to that, but not full on resistance. Again, I don't feel like you want this person back, but you need to be aware that when you're thinking about them or spending any energy of yours at all on them, it's not helping your situation. Because this person, we got reunion over here. This person wants a reunion. This person wants to split you up if you're with someone else. If it's not a romantic connection either, I think that they see your family and your friends as a problem. Whoever's close to you, whoever your inner circle is, again, I don't get the best vibes from this person because that's a huge red flag. If your romantic interest, like, tries to take you away from your family or friends in any way, that's isolation. That's not a good sign. That's bad. That's really bad. Um, and I think they probably did that in the past. And they see that if they're going to get to you at all, they have a lot of obstacles. Not only does it look like you've blocked them online, but they see that you have some sort of little inner circle around you that's an obstacle, whether it be friends, family, a romantic partner, all the above. They see these people as an obstacle in order to get to you. And I think they're racking their brain trying to figure out how to knock out these like obstacles. It's like they're looking at them as targets and they're going to boom, 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 knock all these targets out, get them out of the way so that they can ride up to you on their horse and sweep you off your feet, which is, I feel like, kind of delusional because, again, it looks like you've cut them off pretty severely. So I don't know why they think they can just weasel their way in like that, but they definitely do. And again, they're racking their brain on how to do it with unconventional over here next to stalking. They're having to get creative, which is, again, making me think that you've really like blocked them in any way possible. So I don't know what they're doing to be able to look at you, but they're doing what they can. They're trying. They're thinking of any way like ways that they can come forward, ways that they can get to you. Again, it's going to have to be unconventional because they're shut out of your life. But they are thinking about it, and they're thinking about taking action towards you. And I just really don't like this person. I kind of wonder if they're going to. Let's see if we can get, like, is this person taking action towards pile 3? Okay, we've got fantasy. We've got kids. Again, so maybe you guys had kids together. You could have kids together. You could have a restraining order involved too here. I don't know. Is this person taking action towards group 3? Other ones were too many. Queen of Pentacles in reverse, the Hierophant in reverse. Yeah, you guys had some sort of commitment, it looks like. They want that back. Obviously, we've got codependent over there, and I think that, again, you gave a lot to this person. You gave selflessly, and they're very selfish, I think, and so they're missing that for sure. And if they have tried to move on or tried to talk to anyone else, they're quickly realizing that not everyone is as giving as you, and compassionate and nurturing and stable. I think that you kind of held things together in this situation. Again, if you did share kids, if you did have a family together, a home together, whatever it may be, you really took care of this person. You took care of the home, the kids, the family, whatever, and they see that. But again, it's like they didn't see your value when you were there, when you were with them. They're seeing your value now. But I want to know, do they need to be aware of this person taking action towards them? What does pile 3 need to know about this person? Page of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, well, they're not any more stable than they ever were before. Any offer that they bring to you is not legit. It's not real, but they are planning on doing it, I think, with the page here. What will this person... What's this person's next actions towards group 3? 10 of Cups. Oh, please. Yeah, I think that they're going to come and try to... They're going to try to talk to you in one way or another. Again, they're trying to figure out how to even get to you, because for some reason, even communicating to you seems like impossible. But they're going to bring a bunch of nonsense like this. Like, we were so happy together and our family was so perfect and I want that back. Or, you know, when we talked about having kids, or because it's going to be different for all of you. Fantasy. Yeah. It's like, it's not real. It's not real, but they're going to say whatever they have to. I think they're coming forward with the moon in reverse like that. And you've got here, I mean, you're being told, I think, to be cautious. So I would just, yeah, I'd be on the lookout. I think this person's about to try to reach out to you in one way or another. So however they can, they're going to try to communicate with you in some way, I think. Send you some type of message. And I don't think it's going to be in person. I don't think it's going to be a physical message with the pen, because this is Pentacles and it's in reverse. I think that the message is going to be online or over the phone or something. And again, if you've got them blocked online, they might try to make a new account, like make a fake account, you know what I mean? Something like that. Call you from one of those, you know how you can get like apps and like use temporary phone numbers and stuff? Something like that. Like, they're going to try to get a hold of you, I think. Again, unconventional. They're going to have to literally go out of their way, download an app, get like a number, temporary number to use, or make a whole ass other account. Like, yes, unconventional, not convenient, not typical. They're having to get creative here. But I would beware, actually, of this person. And yeah, just stand your ground here, because you left them for a reason. I don't have to tell you this, you know this, but they're in your energy heavy. They are in your energy heavy. They're all around you. That's what came up in this reading when asking the energy around you. It's all this person. It's all about this person. And then coming in and saying something to you, and it's going to be a bunch of bullshit. I'm just saying, it's going to be, I'm so sorry, I didn't see your worth, and I want to have a family with you, and I love you so much, and you're so perfect, and you are my empress, and you are everything, and you're the best mother, and you would be the best mother, and you're the best wife, and you're, I don't know, whatever. And it changed, you know, that can be different if you don't resonate with the she. I just am saying that because it's an empress. But yeah, you're my perfect person. Life with you is perfect. Miss you so much. I screwed up and I'm so sorry. Whatever. It's just going to be a bunch of nonsense though. And I wouldn't trust it. Wouldn't believe it. Yeah. So I guess that's it. I guess that's, look at me. picking all these cards up, I think that you're definitely being called to shut the door on this connection. And I don't know what that means for you. Again, I don't know how much you're thinking about this person, but there's a reason that that's coming up flip-flop like that. So you may have more power over this. But again, it's like, that's one of those things. It's hard to just do that. It's hard to rush that, you know? It's something that happens internally. When you're finally ready to close the chapter, then you'll close the chapter. But until then, until your energy, until you're like, I'm super done, like I'm severing this cord once and for all, until that happens, this person's got a foot in your door. They've got a foot in your doorway, and they're going to continue to be around your energy and be watching you and trying to come back in. So yeah, there's that. Hope that helped you in one way or another. Let me know if it did or didn't or whatever. And thank you so much for being here in this video. And I hope I'll see you again in another one. All right, so group 4. If this is the rune that you were drawn to, this is your reading. And this rune right here, it's all about being at a standstill. Being at a time in your life where things are just really out of your control, and there's just nothing else that you can do but to wait, but to have patience, but to go within. And we pretty much got a lot of that same energy coming out here. I don't know what you've just been through, but some type of loss that has been really big, really painful. You could be going through a divorce. You could have just gone through a divorce, just finalized one. You could have actually lost your partner. I mean, obviously, I would hope that none of this resonates, but all I know is there's just some really heavy loss here. So, yeah, you have lost some type of committed partnership, home, abundance, your stability, whatever you had going on with this other person. And for whatever reason right now, you're just kind of stuck. It's like you would like to take action to get out of where you are currently. You would like to just kind of like hit fast forward, you know, and to just fast forward. We've got 6 months here, maybe fast forward 6 months for whatever reason. But you can't, you know, obviously we can't do that. And so you're just kind of stuck in this tower moment right now. There's just no avoiding it. So again, this isn't something that just involves you. This involves other people, another person, a family, a home. You could have lost your home, lost your job, something really huge. And again, it's like you are stuck in this current state where you can't really do anything to get out at this very moment. I think that you have tried to avoid whatever this loss was. If this was something you saw coming, like say that you have gone through a divorce, maybe you've really tried to save this marriage. You guys may have fought a lot because you were just butting heads and you just were resistant towards letting it go, though. We do have an open relationship here. You may have even tried to have an open relationship or something in order to save your marriage. You may be dealing with someone who had like a sex addiction or something, or you could. We do have addiction here, and it's in the reverse position, so I feel like there's a lot of healing going on around this. If you did lose someone, this addiction may have been tied to that loss in some way. Maybe they just were in really bad health or something. You do have a couple good things around you. I know it sounds so horrible, which it wouldn't be a surprise. This is the energy that's around you. So if this doesn't sound like your situation, then it's definitely not, you know. The good things that I do see around you are you do have friends and good intentions. And so I think that you do have some people around you who do want to support you through this time. Obviously, they can't change your situation. Again, this is some type of thing that is just a loss. It's just something that it couldn't have been avoided any longer, and it can't be changed. It can't be just like fixed, just like that with a snap of some fingers, you know. So there's nothing that even your friends or family or loved ones could do to change your situation. But I think that you do have people who love you, who care about you, who want the best for you, who want to be emotional support for you. Yeah, it definitely seems like there's there was a loss of a partner in one way or another here, though, with the King of Pentacles. It could have been a father, um, too, but I am definitely getting like husband. And it doesn't have to be, it's just like it's showing up in a more masculine energy, but it doesn't have to be, they don't have to be masculine or anything like that. I do see, though, that over here, if you are coming out of a divorce or, I don't know, something that has, it's like you're newly single again for one way or another, you're really not focused on like love and other relationships or anything like that at the moment either. You're just trying to just be okay again. I think you're trying to find your peace, your stability. Um, you're trying to learn how to be okay on your own, how to just find a new normal. That's kind of where you are right now. It's just finding a new normal, focusing on yourself, and just trying to follow the flow of where you think you need to go next, what you think you need to do. And I think you're being called very clearly to do nothing right now, to be patient. And I think that you are. That's what's showing up here. With 6 months being here, maybe in 6 months something's going to change, something's going to happen, unless it's that something happened 6 months ago. Um, But I think that if you are in this standstill period right now, maybe it's like after a period of about 6 months, you will be free. You will be able to do something different. But right now, with the High Priestess is showing up underneath the Nine of Wands in reverse, it's like, again, you're just being called to sit in this silence right now. You're being called to just wait, to heal, to kind of just like nurture yourself. This is very much like licking your wounds, just very much being tender, being gentle with yourself in this time, because whatever you went through was definitely very heavy. It's still around you. So even if even if it has been a little while, even if some time has passed since this loss, it's still around you. It's still in your energy, very heavy. Um, I think that you want to communicate with someone, maybe this person, maybe the person that you have lost, maybe you're wanting to communicate with them, and you either can't, or you just don't feel like you can. You don't feel like it would be appropriate, or don't know what to say. Maybe you're just missing them. But right now, it's a lot about your physical world that you're having to focus on, just your day-to-day life, literally your health, just your current, your most immediate surroundings, just your most immediate surroundings, your finances and your health, whatever close connections you do have around you. It's just, again, about finding that new sense of normalcy, and learning how to go on after this loss. But there is like a light at the end of the tunnel here with the Nine of Pentacles. That is over here, and it's at the back of the deck, and it's at the end over here. I think that, again, you're finding your way out of here. You're following that little light. You don't know what's going to be at the end when you get out of the tunnel, but you're following it. You are following your intuition, following your gut, and trying to be patient. And that's exactly what you're being called to do. That's exactly what you should be doing. It's like kind of all that you can do at this moment. But yeah, something big is going to happen for you, I think, in 6 months. Maybe you're going to have a new home in 6 months. Maybe you're looking for a home right now, and you will be having one in 6 months. You'll find the place that you're looking for. But something good is happening. I definitely feel that. Where did I put those little cards? Oh, right here. I want to see if we can get anything else. What's happening in 6 months for group 4? What is this 6 months? Oh, we've got a goodbye and mourning. That's interesting. I mean, it's mourning like morning time, but with all the loss energy, well, as soon as I read that and it came out, it seemed more like mourning a loss. Okay, so I think that if you are in a period of mourning right now, this is saying that in 6 months, that's going to be coming to a close. You're going to be feeling much better. Whereas right now, it may be hard for you to even get out of bed, and brush your hair and brush your teeth, and eat something. Like these things may be a struggle, may be really hard for you right now if you're really going through it. But in about 6 months, I see that it won't be like that. If you are still going through a divorce or something that's taking a really long time, I think that's going to be wrapped up in 6 months' time. What else is this 6 months about? What's this that we got here? We've got kids. Okay, kids in reverse. You guys may be having to deal with custody stuff too. You may have like a custody battle coming up or something like that. And maybe that's going to be over with in around 6 months. Family in reverse. Yeah, this definitely is a family was split up in some way. So it may not have just been a marriage, but an entire family. Absolutely. Oh, that's really hard. We've got emotional support here on the back of the deck. Again, I do think that there are some people around you who you can trust. It says friends and good intentions. So whoever you can trust right now, it's definitely okay to lean on them and to let them also nurture you through this time and do whatever makes you feel good right now. Don't push yourself too much, I mean, again, this is a time of standstill. This is a time of waiting, of pause, of just introspection and healing, and that's okay. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So just completely embrace that and do whatever you need to do to make yourself feel better in that day, in that moment, on each day. Some days will be better than others, but if there's a day when you don't feel like you can get out of bed, then maybe don't, like you deserve some days spent in bed, or if you need help cleaning your house or something, because depression has its grip on you so tightly that things like that are just impossible to do right now. There's no reason to beat yourself up over it, There's nothing wrong with that, and there's nothing wrong with you for feeling like this or for going through this right now. It will end. This is not going to last forever. This is one period of time. This is one phase, one small era, and it will come to a close. And there is that light at the end, with morning being here too. Yeah. There is sunshine waiting for you at the end of this tunnel, and one day I think you're going to wake up and you're just going to feel different. You're going to feel different, and you're going to feel healed. Like a lot of this is just going to feel like more resolved, But yeah, right now that's the biggest thing going on. That's the biggest thing around your energy, is just a lot of healing, a lot of withdrawal, a lot of just time to kind of disappear, go into your cave and be alone for a while. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So, take care of yourself. Yeah, just take care of yourself and do whatever you need to do for yourself. You deserve that. You need to put yourself first right now. That's absolutely okay. You deserve to do that. So I'm so sorry that whatever this is that you're going through, it does seem really hard, really heavy. So I really am sorry. I hate this for you, that you're having to go through this loss at all. If you feel like sharing, if you need any support from anybody here on this channel, please reach out, leave some comments if you want to, and we can talk about your story. You can share whatever you want to. Lean on your friends that you can trust right now, and again, just whatever makes you feel good right now. Whatever will get you through the day, through the night. And I'm wishing you well, wishing you the best, and I hope this, gave you some sense of encouragement maybe, or validation, or whatever you needed, and I hope I'll see you again in another video. Thank you so much.